Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily. If you're new here, hello. I am me. I am Emily. Today, my hair is all a mess, but who cares? It's Friday. Well, it's Friday to me. So, I've had a long week. But, today I'm going to be kind of doing a little review of the book Me by Elton John. So beautiful. Look at that. That's him playing. And on the back it says, the great thing about rock and roll that someone like me... Sorry. Restart. The great thing about rock and roll is that someone like me can be a star. So I got this. It came out in October, and it was about, let's see, it is 354 pages. The pages are pretty big, I would say. And this is actually my first autobiography I've ever read. Now, I saw Rocket Man, a movie about Elton John's life, that he had, I think he had a say in how it was made, directed, or kind of opinion and everything. I don't know if he was there on set or anything, but I know he really liked the guy that played him. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. So I saw the movie, and it made me really interested to learn more about his life, because the movie's kind of musically, and which was cool. And I know Elton John really enjoyed that and said he would not change a thing about the movie. But I wanted to get to know more about his life, you know, through his eyes and a little more detail, because in the movie I learned some things that I didn't know about him that I was interested to learn more. So first off, the book is, I would say, pretty good, really good. If you are interested, I'm a big fan of Elton John, so... But even if you aren't a huge fan, I think it's interesting because he is such a huge artist. He comes from an era of music that I really admire, and the musicians back then. And he's an amazing artist, and I just think anyone could enjoy reading about his life, because he has stories, you know, that involve some other artists you may know, like Rod Stewart, and all kinds of people. He met Elvis, he talks about that in the book, and Michael Jackson a little bit. A lot of other artists, a lot of names are dropped in this book. And I'm from America, I'm not from England or Europe, so I don't know of all the places he talks about in the book, because that's where he grew up. So I think if you were from that area, it would be even more interesting, because you could be like, oh yeah, I know where that is, or, you know, I've seen that or been there. So I think that's really interesting, because it has a lot of history about the music industry in the 60s, 70s. So that's really cool. I do think in the book, when it cuts from him kind of being not as well known to him being a star, I wanted a little more a little more in there. But I know, you know, you don't always remember everything, you know, especially so many years back. I'm sure it was hard for him to remember every single thing, as if you've seen the movie, a little spoiler, or read the book, he talks in depth about his addictions, and so I think that also could have an effect on your memory or how you recall things. So it is cool to hear his perspective about it. And it is crazy just how fast he blew up. I mean, I know there was years of his life where he was just an up and coming artist, but just kind of how quickly it just moved really fast for him. And it's his childhood was rough, and he talks about that in the book. And so that it's a lot of information. I mean, I wish I would have learned a little bit more, but maybe, he didn't want to share everything, and that's fine. And he talks about, well, one thing I didn't know that I learned in the book is that he is a godparent to one of John Lennon's kids, Sean Lennon. I did not know that. That's just one of the little facts that I learned that I was kind of like, oh, that's interesting. It is, I would say it's a good read if you're into autobiographies. Definitely one you should pick up. It's just, also in the book, I don't want to give too much away if you want to buy this, that I did not know is there's pictures. So he included a bunch of photos scattered throughout the book. I'll just maybe show you one little page just so you can see what I'm talking about. They're kind of like these wax pages, or I don't know how, laminated. I'll show you here. This kind of includes some little pictures. This is kind of later in the book, but still interesting. And one part that he did speak about was his wedding, or his wedding ceremony he had with his lifelong, well, his partner that he's still with now. And he talks about how his mom wasn't too thrilled about it, and I don't want to give everything away, you'll have to read it in the book, but he kind of speaks about the event kind of just in regards to how she was feeling, and I kind of wish he would have went into how he felt on that day and what was going on in his mind getting to be with, his partner. So there was kind of that through the book where I wanted to know more of what he thought, not so much like what was going on with someone else during that time. But I'm not the one who wrote it, so that's how he wanted to write it, that's his story. And he really wanted to have the movie and the book something that his kids could look back on and read and get to know kind of his life, because he is an older gentleman and he has young kids. I don't know how old they are now. Let me look. I am kind of interested to know. I'm just looking it up real quick. So it's saying on Google that his son Elijah is 6 and his son Zach is 8. And they were through surrogacy, which I thought was pretty cool. So, they're still relatively young, and he is, let's see how old he is. He is 72. So, he's getting up there. He's still got a while, I'm sure. But it was really interesting, and I'd highly suggest it. Me, Elton John, even if you're not, a huge fan, but you're interested, learn a little bit more. Very cool. Makes me want to read some other autobiographies by some other artists that I like. I just love the 60s music, 70s, love all that. Just wanted to, I've read a lot of books lately. Another one, I know it's a little off topic, but Tuesdays with Morrie is a really good one by Mitch Albom. And I also read The Five People You Meet in Heaven. It's another book by him that's really good. It's just kind of like life reflecting, that kind of thing. And then also another popular one, but I thought was really good. I have to see the movie, but Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda, really good. I gotta see the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, but just wanted to include those two books, and maybe I will do some more book reviews in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I will link the book below. Please give me a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe below. Sorry, my hair's all a mess, but it's all good. I know you guys get it. I'll see you on my next one.